How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. It's been about 5 years since my early retirement, about 7 years since I quit engineering altogether. It's been a while since I really uploaded any real video, and some of you have asked me for a recap of what happened since then. This video is brought to you by Moomoo, the commission-free brokerage app. You can get 5 free shares of stock just for depositing $100, 15 total free shares of stock just for depositing $1,000. Earn 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash for the first 3 months and 5.1% thereafter. If you guys are interested in getting some free stocks, check out my affiliate link down in the video description below. Roughly 7 years ago, around this time of the year, I quit my job. At the time, I just thought, well, this is something I have to do. When you've saved up enough to know that you can retire immediately and your job isn't treating you that well because all the work that you put in just gets wasted. So I was a bit disgruntled at work and I put in my 2 weeks notice. No, I didn't do the long drawn out way where, if you get fired, then you get unemployment. At the time, I was making reasonable amount of money. So I figured the opportunity cost is way more. I must quit right then and there and concentrate on YouTube. So that's 7 years ago. At the time of quitting, I cannot completely retire because I just didn't have enough money. I did pay off my house very quickly after that. So for 2 years, I was a YouTuber and I made a reasonable amount of money. And at that point, I was able to lean fire. Pandemic hits. And honestly, at that point, it was a weird combination of the pandemic, feeling burnt out from grinding so hard on YouTube, not getting the results that I expect because I think my views were just kind of trickling down more and more. The reasons for that, I think, is many, and I'm not going to go into that. So after I had the ability to lean fire meaning I don't have to work at all for the rest of my life and I can get my basic needs met, not including fancy electronics toys, not including travel, right? So it's a very, very bare minimum. That's why they call it lean fire. So that's great and all. And then I got a bit lazy. I was like, okay, I'm lean firing. If I am retired early, I shouldn't be working very much, right? So then I put like a quarter of my time doing YouTube. So there's always been an argument about what exactly is retirement. If you work a little bit, are you retired? So I'm just going to make it clear. It was not full retirement because I was still working a little bit on the side. So you could kind of say I was 3/4 retired. Reaching a money goal kind of makes you lazy. Once you reach it, you're like, oh, I've been doing so much work. It's time to take a break. Same thing after my undergraduate, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, I worked for 4 whole years and I just wanted to relax. So I immediately started my graduate studies. I was super lazy for the first month. I wasn't doing the coursework. I was like drinking. And finally it hits me. If I continue that, it's not going to look very good. So then I quit all of that and I started working again. During that period, I just basically did everything that I wanted. Traveled a lot. I binge watched a lot of shows and I thought about meaning of life a lot. I just sat around on my old MR2 chair. You've seen that around. I still have it over there. And I did everything on my bucket list. There's very few items on it. So I really feel like, okay, I lived life. And after you do that for a while, it just gets a little bit boring because it's like, okay, I did everything. Now what? So around 2 years ago, I kind of put my crap together. I started working pretty much like full time, like at least 40 hours a week on influencer stuff. Maybe not on exactly this channel, but I've been working on influencer stuff. I've been making videos. I've been making product reviews. So that's pretty much where we're at right now. Going forward, I do want to make more useful videos for you guys that I find interesting, that I think people will watch. Kind of bring it back to where it used to be. There's a little bit of running out of creative juices as well. When I first started YouTube, I just had so many ideas. I was like, oh, I should make a video on this, make a video about gift wrapping, make a video on like different ways I save money. I've pretty much covered every single way I use to save money and then some. So I might have to kind of rehash some of that and also find new ways to save money basically, or make money. Back to the point about being lazy when you have too much money. I have the chance of sort of having contact with some people who are very, very wealthy. And there's usually a general theme. If they're too wealthy, they end up not working very hard because they know their life is set. So there's the thing, if you have too much money or if you reach your money goals, and at that point, I think you actually have to switch gears. You have to increase your goalposts, or else you're just going to stagnate and not do anything. And that's not saying like, oh, you just want more and more. I think when you just laze around, it's just kind of like wasting your life. You're not producing anything useful for anybody. And so you probably need a higher goal rather than like a money goal. You need something a little bit more open-ended, like ikigai, practicing your skills and, helping people in the world. Some people that are wealthy are still able to work very hard. Why is that? I think the reason for that is because they have a higher goal rather than just a money goal or a retirement goal. If you are set for life, lean fire, normal fire, fat fire, will you still bust yourself working 80 hours, 100 hours at something? You might not do that. You might want to take it easy a little bit because, you're pretty comfortable at that time. In terms of like experimenting with my own life and checking out where my net worth is going, if I zoom out and look at it macroscopically, during the time at which I was just lazing around, my net worth fluctuated up and down very, very wildly, but it wasn't like a straight up trajectory. But you can very clearly see that on the day that I decided that, oh, I'm gonna, do full time again, my net worth has essentially gone straight up from there. So at this point, I don't have to lean fire anymore. I can actually fire. I can live comfortably without scrimping really, really hard. If you check out my Instagram, I might be like going out to more restaurants, going on more vacations. And in the end, when I look at it as a whole, I did not enjoy myself when I was being lazy. You're like, what are you doing? You're just like a warm piece of meat just sitting there consuming media. So me looking back at that version of myself, I didn't like it too much. Now it's more like I'm going to work towards certain goals and I get rewarded for doing so. And it's this output of things into the world makes it rewarding. And personally, I think this is a nice way to live. I hope you guys enjoyed this recap of my last 7 years of being a full-time YouTuber, some of it being quarter-time YouTuber. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe for more.